Each Saturday morning, and my project of the day is to create something like this, which would be a nailing surface, or rather a fastening surface for a shower door. So that side's all set. This side has a cavity, so there isn't really a good spot to fasten a doorway. I'm imagining it would be straight in the middle of this threshold, and there's nowhere to connect. So what I want to do is cut a board to fit that cavity. I want it to be nice and tight, and I want to go all the way up so there's multiple points to fasten a glass door. So with that being said, I'm going to take a measurement on the width at the top and the bottom and the length, and I'm going to cut. It's more than likely it's going to have to be a tapered board, because as I go up higher and higher, it slightly spreads out, not by much. But a 2x4 in between there just isn't enough. I'll show you what I mean by that. Here's a scrap over here. So if I lay a scrap piece in there, you can see there's still a gap. Although it would coincide with the center of this. So the easiest way might be to just put a 2x4 in there and sister it and screw it in. But I was thinking it might be better to put the board this way and cut it to fit, right there, and that way you have the largest space available to make a connection. Plus it'd be butted in there pretty square on either side. So I'm gonna explore that, see what I can come up with. The space I have from here to here is maybe 2 feet. So I'm going to do an experiment, see if I can cut a board to fit in there, and see if I can get it to be a tight fit and be a satisfactory surface to mount the hardware for the glass door. Alright, I cut a piece to fit this gap. It was tapered a little bit wider at the top. So it's a tight fit. I think I can just tap this in, and then we'll be good to go here, and then I'll just screw it in. I was able to cut a piece that fit perfectly into that cavity, and I have it fastened into the wall. So let's screw up top and a screw down bottom, and I put a straight edge against it to guarantee that it wasn't standing proud, so that should not interfere with the hardy board installation. So now I'm going to work my way up. I want to get the rest of this, so we have a nice solid connection point for our glass door when that gets put in. So now above the curb here we have a nice solid piece of material to fasten our shower door to. So that's a big win. The other side we have this plank here to fasten it to. So that's a good deal. So Steve's here, he's going to do the hardy board. He's going to put it on this wall here, this back wall he's going to do, and also the side wall, and he's going to put in the blocking for the handrail. This is Steve's work truck. He's here today doing the hardy board into the bathroom area. Here's his chop saw for cutting blocking. That's pretty sweet. Self-contained. That's nice. He's got some sawhorses over here, so we can score the hardy board and cut it. Steve broke for a lunch break. I'm just going to peek inside and see the headway he's made on that. So let's see how he's doing. All right, looking pretty good. So here's the Durock. He's got the back wall just about done. There's the niche, putting soap and shampoo. So he still has to work on the sides here, but he's got a good head start. Here's a close-up of what Durock looks like. So if you look in there, you'll see it's an aggregate cement board, And this is what the tiles and the grout are applied to. It's got a rough texture so that I can take the grout and hold it tight. So that's Durock. Sometimes you can just take a square and score it and snap it, but it's a cleaner cut with his diamond tool here, right here, with his diamond wheel. Those always cut a lot better. Steve is almost done with the install of the Durock. This is cement board that the tiles are applied to. So he's got it all figured out and installed on the left side. He's got the right side done all the way down. This last piece of the wall, he's not quite finished with yet. He still has to take it up from the valve to the ceiling. So that'll be on Monday. And I wanted to show you how this niche works. This is a Schluter system, so this is a waterproof membrane over top of this little niche. And this board here, you can see there's a second one in there. You can use that to make a shelf inside of here. So the grid pattern allows you to make sure you got this thing straight. So we can put it up high, we can put it down low, we can choose wherever we want it. Plus on the inside there's another one nested in there that we can pull out and put a second shelf if we so desire. So that's where you would put soap and shampoo. Here are the special fasteners for that. These are very interesting. If you look at them, the very tip has what looks like a serrated edge. So as it goes in, it kind of cuts its own thread. The head has some features that kind of scours out a counterbore. And the head has a star screw on it. You can see that little pattern on it for a little driver that drives them in. So if we look at one that's been driven in, you can see that it's slightly below the surface. So then when you put the thin set in, there's no fastener head sticking up. So he's got one up here all the way around, and then here's here's a close-up of what the Durock looks like. It's a cement board. You can see how this has been fastened. Looks like every 5 or 6 inches. There's a seam right there between the two pieces. So this just provides a solid base to put the mortar and the tiles. So this is looking quite nice. And looks like this is totally installed on this side. Everything's good to go. Everything's good on this side as well. So the last remaining area to work would be this side here. You just got to cut a hole for the valve and another hole up here for the shower head, and then this side will be done. So it's pretty awesome, and we're excited that once this is done, Manny can come and start doing the tile work. And this in the bottom is just some cardboard, so as we're working, we're not damaging the cement base that's already been poured. And that piece of wood is the curbing, so that none of the water can drain outside onto the floor. So we're looking pretty good on this.